Hello, my friends. Welcome. Thank you for being here now, present in this unique moment where we are connecting across time and space quantumly. It's all quantum, really. I wanted to show you all. I've shown it to you all before, but I realize not everyone's seen all the videos. So this here is a lovely shungite pyramid. Shungite is a super dielectric, meaning it's not just dielectric, it's extremely dielectric. And dielectric is just a fancy word that refers to conductivity. And if something has a really low dielectric constant, it's going to be an insulator. It's not going to allow the energy to pass through it very much. If something is extremely dielectric, it is not only does the energy pass through it, but the energy vortexes strengthen. So something like shungite, the energy will pass through it, but then it will actually become like increase the chi, you could say, increase the life force, increase the prana. It's getting a little windy here. I got this perched here on a little lovely, is this a juniper tree? Perhaps, I think. It's a little windy here. I'm just trying to do this the best I can. Perched here, the gorgeous view for you all. Hope you all appreciate it. And I just pulled up this notebook and was going through some of my note-taking from actually the PlanckPhire book that I mentioned recently from Dan Winner that includes his formula and a heck of a lot more. But these are some of the notes I started to take. So fractality as a cause of gravity, there's many theories that support this. And Dan mentions the Klein-Gordon equation here. And the first premise being that fractality is precisely the geometry of perfected infinite compression. And this is the Klein-Gordon equation here. So you see I started to map out the symbols so that we can start to define what they mean and look at these Greek characters, which I lived in Greece for a year and I know modern Greek and I know the alphabet, so that makes it more comfortable overall. This is actually not a Greek character, this H bar, but we've looked at that before, that the H is a symbol for Planck's constant and H bar refers to modified Planck's constant, which is modified to work with radians. And so we will look at that again, but that's the Klein-Gordon equation here, which describes how the universe is fractalic. So that's the first premise. And you can get his book online. I think if you search PlanckPhire, PlanckPhire. There's certainly a website. I'll try to put it in the show notes to where you can access this book. Premise number 2 is that infinite non-destructive charge compression was the theory and essence of Einstein's description of the unified field electrical cause of gravity. Infinite non-destructive charge compression. Non-destructive meaning the waves merge together without losing any information. There's constructive interference and destructive interference. So we're looking at non-destructive or constructive. So premise number 3, golden ratio, for example, this infinite series, 0.618, 1.618, 2.618 is precisely the embodiment and perfection of non-destructive self-re-entry, self-similarity, self-embedding, recursion, embedding, entanglement perfected, the perfection of the conjugation of phases. And we have phase conjugation as in recursive, constructive, adding and multiplication of wave heterodynes. This is again, this heterodynes. Heterodyning is constructive wave interference where the frequencies come together so perfectly. It'd be like two waves on the ocean that aligned just right to where the wave amplitude was able to be added to one another and the speed, the velocity of the wave. So when we're looking at water, you could use that as a way to think about it. But so these are the forces that are all around us, and that this is what describes gravity. This is what describes consciousness. So those are just some notes that I was taking looking at that book. And I did want to talk to you all today a little bit about rising every day and paying attention to our first thoughts of the day. And can we be present and be grateful to be alive and grateful to be here and set that intention that everything in our day goes really amazing? Can we, this is a habit, these little habits that we start incorporating. This is a little habit that I've started incorporating myself. And every day when I wake up, I feel super sparkly, but it's partially because I've drawn my attention to rising every day with gratitude for what is in my life. And shifting, I don't call them mornings anymore, I call them risings. And this is a word that you might hear others start to use, because to mourn something, that's to be sad because someone died, right? And it's so shifting to the word rising is really nice. It's like we're rising to greet the day, and we don't need to mourn anymore. It's silly. It may not really matter to you. I enjoy it a lot, and it's hard for me to say morning again now that I've keyed into rising. It's just like, it's a fun little habit. Other little habits like stretching throughout the day. Little habits like, if there's anywhere in our body that has pain, can we give love to that point in our body? And not just that point, but the whole area around it in many different ways. It may be self-massage. It may just be intentional love, like the focus of the mind on that part of the body, going into the pain, feeling it, letting the body know that it's heard, whichever part of us is speaking to us. Pain is communication from the body. If we just want to silence the pain and not listen to what our body's telling us, it sort of defeats the purpose. That's the body's way of trying to let us know something needs to be adjusted. So yes, we want to alleviate the discomfort, but if we want to prevent that discomfort from coming back, it's in our own best interest to really listen to our body and find where can we adjust so that pain doesn't, to make our body happy, right? And to give the body the opposite response of, oh, I feel really great in that area, So, and believing that we can heal, and whatever aspect, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, belief that aspect of ourself can be in a perfected state, seeing that perfected state in our mind's eye as if it's now, and enjoying it and being grateful for it now, it leads to that becoming the reality in the physical. Because remember, this is a holographic reality. Remember Many Worlds interpretation, where we can navigate to infinite locations of possibilities. So you've heard of miracles before, maybe pump yourself up by learning about some miracles that the physicality didn't support whatever happened. Someone lifting a really, heavy vehicle to get someone out from below, and they just all of a sudden had the strength to do it, that kind of thing. So there's plenty of things that have happened on Earth that there is no, the mind has a hard time working out the explanation. But by studying the physics, actually, it gives the mind a path to be able to understand it. And that's why looking at Tom Bearden's work, talking about the virtual particle flux, virtual particle flux is like a layer of reality where things are very virtual in nature, and it's changing all the time. It's fluxing, it's shifting a lot. And so these particles are not even real, they're virtual to a degree on this sort of quantum foam layer, virtual particle flux. it's fun to just start, you know, wrapping our mouths around these words, speaking it, writing it. It's amazing how just taking notes on topics can really help embed the wisdom in, just by writing the words out. And I was doing that with Tom Bearden's work yesterday with some content that I'm very much looking forward to sharing with you all, looking at the nature of a photon, the true nature of a photon, and what comprises that. And yes, it involves negative time. Woo! You know, I get so excited about negative time. Hope you all do too. I feel like it's a major, major key. Okay, one last quick thing to show you all. This is a very variety show today, I guess. This is a organic natural fragrance that I made the other day. And this is something I did a while ago, but I just been getting my supplies together and started doing it again. And this has got organic perfumer's alcohol, which is just like the highest possible proof you can get. And it's got jasmine, bergamot, sandalwood, patchouli, benzoin, and copaiba balsam. And I gave it this name Aurea, which in Greek means lovely, wonderful, beautiful. It's like a very common word. Ah, Aurea. Everything's Aurea. Everything's wonderful. Yeah, so do you all have any hobbies that you love to do that are there waiting for you to pick them back up again? Let's just do all of it. Everything that brings us joy. Okay, so much love to you all. Hope you're feeling amazing. It's a little dusty. Dust. Hope you enjoy the view. Hope you're finding peace in your heart whenever you want, need, and adequate joy, bliss, euphoria. Okay, so much love. Talk to you all soon. Bye.